Sam Smith along with Robin Welch. We greet you again from Biloxi, Mississippi. This is the Mississippi Coast Coliseum, and this is international boxing. Jose Ribalta, native Cuban, fighting out of Miami now, and Pierre Coetzer from Johannesburg, South Africa. And these two big guys are ready to do some action here in round one, scheduled for 10. A non-title fight on international boxing brought to you by Cedric Kushner Productions and Mnet, your channel of champions.
Well, both fighters coming out very crisply here, Sam. A couple of good lefts going in there from Pierre Coetzer, followed up by some good repartee there from Jose Ribalta himself. As we thought, Pierre Coetzer was said, according to his corner, he was going to come out rather slowly, but I think Mr. Ribalta is forcing him to come out quickly to run after him. And we saw there a couple of good shots going in from Coetzer, but also we can see that Ribalta's got a good left, a good punch there.
One of the big fights is again a counter punch there by Ribalta, caught Pierre right on the shoulder. For Ribalta was the 10 rounds he went with Mike Tyson. That's the one that every time we talk to the Ribalta camp, that's the one they most want to talk about. And certainly it's quite a feather in your cap to go 10 with the former world champion Mike Tyson, and particularly at that stage when he was really on the king of the hill.
Here we see some good ring craft here from Pierre Coetzer. He's got Jose Ribalta trapped in that corner over there. Ribalta's kind of moving to left and right just now. Sam can't get out. Coetzer keeping there on the ropes, just circling left, right, keeping the man against the post, trying to force him, trying to keep him in.
Pierre Coetzer, powerfully built 29-year-old gentleman at 6'4". 98 kilograms checking into this fight, 108 kilograms for Ribalta.
Some real snap there, Sam, in those lefts from Pierre Coetzer. That really got Ribalta right on top of us here.
Oh, thank goodness for good, strong ropes there, folks. Which looked like they were sagging a bit, though.
Strong left also from Ribalta.
Coetzer trying to slip that left hand to the body, you see. Good over-the-top left hand by Ribalta, has been scoring fairly well on Pierre Coetzer, and that's one of the fears they have in their corner as well, because Pierre does have a tendency to cut.
Make no mistake, Sam, there's some real beefcake in these punches tonight.
They are both setting down on punches early. Ribalta, you see the posture he has elected. Get against the ropes, try to counter as much as he can. Pierre's going to accommodate for a while. Be interesting to see if Pierre does try to entice him back to the center of the ring. Does he continue to carry the fight here, or does he let Ribalta come to him a little? Right now he's not, and those ropes continue to get looser and looser.
We might be reporting from under the fight, I think, Sam. Coetzer going in, some good punches there, right to the midriff there of Jose Ribalta.
Closing seconds of round one, they're set for 10. This will be an interesting first round to score. Pierre Coetzer has been the man that has taken the fight to Ribalta, but one thing for Jose, he has countered with some good combinations of his own. And it depends on which side of the ring the judges are watching from this afternoon in Mississippi. 3 judges. The referee does not figure in the scoring. There is a 3 knockdown rule in effect here in Mississippi. 3 knockdown in a single round, that is. And there's the bell.
Well, as we come to the end of round one there, Sam, a good round for Pierre Coetzer, although he's got to be careful. He's starting to run a little bit after Jose Ribalta. He can wait, he can afford to hang back to get those punches together, because this man is a sneak puncher, as we know. He managed to put Bruce Sullivan down for 9 in the first round. Sullivan came back and poked him in the eye, and he was unable to continue, Ribalta, that is. So Coetzer's got to be careful. This is an experienced world title campaigner. He's fought 4 world title men, lost to them all, but he's been in with some very good fighters.
Well, they have a tendency to take your mind off the boxing here in the U.S. sometimes, as our green card girls. Let's take a look at action in round one. There you see that big left hand followed by a right combination, and Coetzer all over Ribalta early on. Backs back out and waits, then comes with that left hook to the body again to Ribalta. These are some major league punches here. Ribalta threw only 1 out of that counter play, and that'll never get it.
Unusual for Pierre here as we go into round 2, Sam. He's got an opponent who is bigger than him and heavier than him. Normally, Pierre is usually the bigger guy in the ring. But here we go into round 2, scheduled for 10. Pierre Coetzer in the blue against Jose Ribalta in the maroon color shorts, I think they'll call them.
We have scored a lot of fights around the world, Robin, and quite obviously we have been wrong. More times than not, I guess. But obviously a 10-9 round subtlety to Pierre in that first round. Ribalta, let's see if he changes his tactics in here, stays off the ropes, and tries to fight a little more in the center of the ring now against Pierre Coetzer.
Both fighters looking in very good condition here.
Ribalta trying to push Pierre off as much as he can. Pierre's doing, I think, a very good job of using the left jab, and he's got Ribalta in some trouble here. Tries to attack him on the ropes.
There you go, Ribalta swaying. There's the delayed action punch.
Big right hand.
Ribalta's on the ropes.
Ribalta just trying to gather himself on the ropes right above us. Pierre Coetzer came in for a combination, backs out and comes back in for another swipe.
Nice to see how this fighter is able to keep the guy against the ropes here, Sam. Ribalta's having to really force himself to come out. Most fighters in South Africa, as I said before, tend to put a few punches in and watch their handiwork. Here we've seen two fighters in the row who force their opponents, force them to come back at them. Ribalta now out of trouble just for a while against the other ropes on the far side. Coetzer trying to come in.
He did weather that storm a bit.
Coetzer at this stage also, Sam, no indication of any cuts at all. We know the last 3 or 4 fights, he's come out with a few cuts, a few grazes, but this stage, after 2 rounds, no marks as yet. Laying once again into Jose Ribalta here.
There's that good lead left hand to the body, then he comes right over the top with a good right hook. And Pierre Coetzer has an excellent game plan right now as Ribalta stationary right on the ropes above us for about the 15th time in this round.
Ribalta's corner calling out Coetzer, saying punch number 3, whatever that is.
Well, it's a straight left jab if he scored with any consistency with any punch in that flurry. Trying to jab to keep Coetzer over him because Pierre is just attacking and walking right through that jab right now. Ooh, that one was straying a little low from Ribalta. Half a minute to go in round number 2, set for 10.
As you said at the beginning of the fight, Sam, the Coetzer camp was a little bit worried about Ribalta. They realized this was a strong man. As we see after 2 rounds, they weren't wrong. This guy's got guts, he's got strength. Pierre's going to have to do a real good job on him to knock him down. As he comes in again with those blows to the body, to the head.
We mentioned the 4 world champions Jose Ribalta has fought and lost to. Bone Crusher Smith at 85, Mike Tyson at 86, Leon Spinks at 87, and Tim Witherspoon in 1990, and again, Coetzer has him in trouble on the ropes. He will be saved by the bell at round 2 as Pierre Coetzer has been teeing off on Ribalta, and you see some blood starting to trickle from the nose now of the former Cuban native living in Miami, Jose Ribalta.
Well, he sure didn't get that nose from basketball playing, Sam. That's a real boxer's Roman nose. It's a broken nose. Whoa. 2 torrid rounds there, Sam. As we look at some action now coming up from round 2.
It almost appeared that Ribalta was going to try to take the fight into the center of the ring. You see him out a little closer.
Whoa, that's a low blow there, Sam.
It did indeed. Little different angle from a pretty good shot here by Ribalta, and then a crossing left hand by Coetzer. And it had Ribalta in some trouble, but Pierre was not able to put him away. This was when Ribalta really languishing on the ropes, and a good look at Pierre and working on those eyebrows to make sure there are no cuts starting there. Good look on the other side. The blood, by the way, was from the nostril, no cut. And we're ready for round 3 and another solid 10-9 round there by Pierre Coetzer. Round number 3, Coetzer in the blue, Ribalta in the maroon. Sam Smith along with Robin Welch. Glad you could join us here on Mnet. Your channel of champions bringing you international boxing from Biloxi, Mississippi today. There's a right hand again by Pierre.
Certainly his favorite side of the ring, Sam. He likes to get Ribalta over on this side where the commentary team is and pummel him.
You know, there's one thing going on back in that dressing room from the South African camp today, and that is to be focused. Gungaluza, we made mention, was very focused, and certainly Pierre, as focused as we have seen him fighting here today against Ribalta.
Yeah, he's really thinking about the task in hand. He's doing his best to put the pressure on this man, to keep the pressure up. So Jose Ribalta can't get back in with a few of those quick, devastating punches we know he has.
He's got Ribalta on the ropes once again. You know, Pierre has already enjoyed a successful win here back in 1990 as he defeated a former light heavyweight champion, J.B. Williamson, in a 10-round fight here in Biloxi.
Well, I personally think on the evidence of this fight, Pierre Coetzer has made tremendous strides in the last 5 months, Sam. He's looking far sharper, he's punching better, he really looks in great form here tonight. Against J.B. Williamson, he rather dragged his feet a little bit. J.B. Williamson was not that strong, but just a very experienced former world champion campaigner. Here we have Pierre Coetzer really teeing off against the man in the ring at the moment with the maroon shorts, Jose Ribalta.
You know, we made mention that Ribalta's camp, all they want to talk about as far as one of their past fights is that with Mike Tyson. The Coetzer camp will talk mostly about a very big win, a KO win over the present world cruiserweight champion, James Pritchard. A 7th-round knockout in 1989 was a big win for Pierre. Under halfway of the 3rd round is gone here.
If we look at the left-hand side there, the face of Jose Ribalta, we can see some marks there. It's swelling a little bit.
The left jab now of Jose Ribalta is backing up Coetzer for the moment. But then Pierre has been able to just walk right through it. There's another big left hand thrown by Pierre Coetzer.
Really is a very sharp Coetzer in the 3rd round here, Sam. Some excellent blows right through from the beginning of this fight.
And there comes Ribalta again on those very shaky ropes above us again.
Ribalta showing some very good ring craft. He managed to get up a few short rights there as Pierre pushed him on the ropes. Coetzer pushes him on the other side of the ring against the ropes. Ribalta holds on, grasps on, takes a bit of air.
Robin, that looping right hand is a big weapon today for Pierre. No doubt, as he's had Ribalta in big trouble with the looping right. You see the airmail right that time by Ribalta missing. Pierre stepped right underneath it. Deserves the bell in round 3.
Once again, I think that must be a Coetzer round there, Sam.
Absolutely. And until Ribalta's able to back up Pierre, which he has not been able to do and has really not tried, or at least Pierre has not let him have an opportunity, there will be no rounds going to Ribalta as long as Pierre continues to be the man challenging in this fight. Look at both fighters in their corner. Tommy Brunette working in the corner for Jose Ribalta. You made mention that Louis DeCubas, his manager, also works in the corner, at least leans in and listens. Very active promoter in the Miami, Florida area, and also told us that he has quite a program going down in Puerto Rico, which we may see some of the South African fighters picked up on that program before too long. Is a good look at this young man, number 2 in the world in the WBA.
Alan Tile giving advice there. Did you hear that, Sam? Come on, hit him low. Come on, hit him low. Into the body there. Don't always go for the nose.
You know, he was doing that, referring to Pierre early on as we're underway in round number 4. He was going with a left hook to the body and then coming over the top. And that guy is just coming out and trying to do what he can.
Well, now almost a thunderstorm breaking out over here, Sam. Pierre Coetzer went in with a real flurry. Ribalta revived himself a little bit. Coetzer comes in once again.
Now the left hook is starting to score a little bit on Ribalta.
Coetzer's left eye also looking a little bit bloodshot there, Sam. The usual eye, which tends to puff up, gives a little bit of swelling. Some real punches going in here. Both fighters rocking.
They've really used a lot of the Vaseline to try to let the punches slide off on that left eye. And you can see where most of them are coming from. It's a straight left jab by Ribalta. And Coetzer's kind of turning his head to catch him right on that eye.
Coetzer's certainly giving some stick, and he's taking some here, Sam. We know Pierre Coetzer can take punches. We've seen him go down in the past in South Africa and get back up. He's got a good, strong chin.
Ribalta again has knocked out a lot of this fight inside the middle 12 to 15 feet of the ring, but he used a lot of the 2 or 3 feet all the way around the ropes.
Little blood there around the top of the bridge of the nose of Pierre Coetzer. Nothing serious at the moment.
This, of course, is the big ring. 21 feet for the heavyweights to rumble a lot around. No place to corner anybody as Pierre Coetzer appears to be slowing down a bit himself here in the 4th round. Both fighters electing to do a little waltzing, if you will, in round number 4. Pierre coming back, pretty good right hand. Got Ribalta back against the ropes again. Closing minutes of the 4th.
2 real strong guys here, Sam. Ribalta's taking all that Coetzer gives him. Coetzer still coming forward, giving punches, taking punches. Good, strong, heavyweight stuff.
First time we have seen, with under a minute to go in this 4th round, that Ribalta has elected to come with an underneath uppercut type punch. He scored against Coetzer there on the other side, and now Coetzer right on top of it. Now Ribalta warned for holding it and punching on Pierre.
Coetzer coming forward with the shoulder, dropping the shoulder, following up with a good left and a good right. No mean task for Coetzer here because Ribalta's a lot heavier than Pierre Coetzer. There's a real weight advantage as he tries to push his way out of the corner here.
We need to tell both of these heavyweights that we can see them just fine leaning against the ropes on the other side. Oh, big right hand by Ribalta. Coetzer stood right there and took it and threw a combination of his own. I mean, Ribalta loaded up and threw everything he had on Pierre, and he came right back at it. And there's the bell to end round 4, and what a finish to the round.
Wow. A lot of blood there coming from the left-hand side of Coetzer's face. Coetzer took the punch, staggered, went forward. Ribalta also came back forward. Ribalta bleeding quite nasty from the mouth, actually, Sam, here. You can see a lot of blood coming out. Wow.
Just along the bridge of the nose, or just inside the bridge of the nose. As Coetzer picks up some cuts. Fortunately, nothing around the eye.
Ribalta giving that uppercut again.
There it was.
Coetzer also trying to uppercut.
There's
taking the right on the side of the face.
But watch the way Pierre, after that, and you continue on, watch the way he came right back in on top of Ribalta. Really flurrying in the corner. And, of course, just continue to come right at him, and there they work on that cut. No major problem there.
No.
Even though it hurts when I see him do that.
Now, that fight won't lead to a stoppage of this fight. That cut, sorry, won't lead to a stoppage of this fight. But annoying all the same for the fighters. Worrying as you get into the ring and carry on like that. But Coetzer coming forward where he left off. Going back again against Ribalta. Ribalta also coming back, doubling up on that left.
This is the beginning of round 4. Robin, I have to score that one a 10-10 round. I thought Ribalta scored with some good punches.
And in the last 30 seconds there, Ribalta pulled himself out of the fat.
May have pulled a even round out of what looked like to be a disaster for him again, as Pierre had won the early 3 rounds on our unofficial card here at ringside. Sam Smith along with Robin Welch, delighted to join you tonight on Mnet. Your champions.
Tremendous combination there, Sam, from the Ribalta. That left coming in through, followed by the right.
It's almost a hooking uppercut, and that was the weapon I saw early on. And now Ribalta's corner says, let's use it. Good straight left by Ribalta. He's got renewed vigor here.
We've got a war going in this ring, Sam.
We do indeed. And I think they picked our ropes to head to again. This is round 5. They're set for 10. If you just joined us, the first 2 fights almost non-existent. A first-round knockout by Chad Parker, a local favorite here. Then there was Jackie Gungaluza of South Africa picking up a second-round TKO over Herbie Bibalacqua. And here it's the main event. Pierre Coetzer in the blue against Jose Ribalta in the maroon.
As Coetzer came towards us there, Sam, we could see he was taking those punches. He was shipping those blows as he's going in delivering them. Also, a lot of blood coming down Coetzer's face. Nothing serious. It's just little cuts and little abrasions breaking out all over the place. But we could feel it there. I could feel that Coetzer was taking those punches.
He was indeed. And I'll tell you, the right hand that Ribalta threw right here above us off the ropes was probably one of the strongest punches he's thrown in a long time.
Blood coming out of Ribalta's mouth as well. What do you think, Sam, when heavyweights 100 years ago used to go 75 rounds, these guys have managed nearly 5. They must have been amazing.
It was indeed. However, we were informed by some of the boxing historians that a round was on a knockdown. So if you came out and fought 30 seconds and a fighter was knocked out, once the referee deemed that you were able to continue to the next round, that was the end of the round. That was a little bit misleading. They did not go the 3-minute rounds. But again, to still go 57, and even to go a round that didn't end before one man was knocked down was almost amazing.
Well, here we have a real dogfight going on in here. Ribalta being warned there for a low blow, but some real strong punches going on. Coetzer coming forward once again. Ribalta riposting, pushing back.
Ribalta able to counter very well on Pierre Coetzer's charge into the corner. But Pierre is not backing down one iota.
Putting those body blows in once again. They're real sagging tummy benders, I think we can call them, Sam. They really do some damage. They slow you down the later part of the fight.
They are indeed. What a great television crew we got here in Biloxi, Mississippi, giving you the sights and sounds of international boxing today. There's a good right hand by Ribalta, followed by a left hook by Coetzer, and there's the bell to win round 5. And we have got a war in our hands.
We've got 2 very
Now Bill Moran has spotted something on the gloves here, and they have a broken glove on the thumb of the right hand, I believe. The thumbs on these gloves are literally sewn together, which means the thumbs are no longer extended out, and the webbing has been broken in this glove.
I think these gloves may have been punched out, Sam. If you realize where we're sitting at the moment, my shirt is actually covered in spots of blood, and so is yours, from the savagery of this fight. And these fighters lean over us. Our table, our shirts, our glasses are actually covered, splotted in blood here. These guys are really going for each other.
They want to change the glove.
So again, they're going to have to literally change the right glove. There's no way they can tape the thumb.
Was this the famous Muhammad Ali incident all over again, Sam?
It is indeed. This is kind of a good news, bad news type situation for both fighters, because I felt after 5 rounds...
Well, the wily Allen in the corner there, Pierre Coetzer, was using the extra time to treat his fighter.
Yes.
The opposing corner was saying, hey, you can't do that. Well, that's the tricks of the game, isn't it? The referee, in fact, should have stopped that. That's not fair. Here we go, they're into the next round.
I did not see him repair that glove. They're going to go ahead and let it go on.
Coming up to round 6, I'm sure cornerman Malcolm Garrett, the CKP production man, is going to try and find another pair of gloves in the meantime. Here we go, back into round 6, and Pierre Coetzer flailing away, going back for it again.
They are going to let this round number 6 continue. They will change gloves between round, is the word that we get now. And now we see a vicious cut on the right cheek of Pierre Coetzer. As we made mention early on, he is easily cut, and he is now starting to bleed from just inside the left side of the nose, and now on the right cheek. And just over the left eye, it is on the verge of cutting as well. And Ribalta's been opening it up with some major league punches here, but Pierre has not backed down at all. Round 6.
But during that little delay there, Sam, the glove was taped up. I don't know what difference that will make. The glove may burst again, so probably we're going to have to change gloves, I think, at some stage. It may not last the whole distance.
The face of Pierre Coetzer from Johannesburg. Quite obviously a bloody mess at the moment. But this 29-year-old South African refuses to back down. And he recognizes the significance of where he is. 4th in the world in the IBF, number 2 in the WBA, fighting a man who has lost to 4 world champions, and an opportunity to step by Ribalta into even a better fight, and even somewhere along the way, and not in the service or feature, get a chance at fighting for a world championship.
Very significant fight for both fighters, Sam, as you said. One possibly on the way down, and one certainly on the way up. Anything can happen here.
Coetzer has caught Ribalta with a left hand. Jose has weathered the storm, but now you see him holding on. What a huge left hand by Pierre Coetzer.
Another left they're going through on the Ribalta from Coetzer. Another left going through. Coetzer weathering it all, taking all those sticks.
He is being hit by every angle by Ribalta. Face is a bloody mess. Cuts and bruises all over it. Closing seconds here of round number 6. Bill Moran trying to get some loose tape off the glove now, and he's got it. There's another good combination by both fighters. Ribalta back with a solid right hand.
Well, Sam, you can't keep these fighters down. They damage each other, and they come back and they go for it again.
This could easily be the 3rd consecutive even round on our artificial card here at ringside. After a solid 3 rounds of scoring well by Coetzer in rounds 1 through 3. Massive men. 6'4" for Coetzer. 6'5.5" for Ribalta. 108 kg for Ribalta. 98 for Coetzer.
Sam, it certainly makes for exciting fighting for the fans, but I don't know if you get into a world title shot. If Coetzer goes like this against some of the really experienced guys, he may have problems.
Yeah, see, if he takes this many punches from a la Mike Tyson or someone of that sort, it could be even a longer night, as you see him really having to work on the cuts and the bruises across the way on Pierre Coetzer.
Well, round 7 to come up. We're over halfway through the fight. Let's have a look at the slow-mo of the action coming up. Here we see this good left hand coming now.
Both fighters. Here's the left hand by Pierre.
A real rocking left, followed up by a right there. The other angle.
There it is again. What a nice punch.
But Ribalta having the good sense to put his hand to his mouth to try and pop his gum shield back in again.
Said, I bet you can't hit me there again. Pierre, big concern in the corner right now. Allen really doing his job over there. Allen Jr., by the way.
I don't think he knows which cut to deal with. They're all weeping and dripping. Here we go then, round 7.
Seems to be working on the one on the cheek on the right side more than anything. The cut over the left eye has not fully opened. That's the one I would be most concerned about. Round 7. Another 10-10 even round in round 6. So this one is suddenly starting to emerge into quite a battle. Coetzer very slightly still ahead on the cards, and they are letting them go ahead and fight with gloves that they have on their hands.
Well, Pierre Coetzer certainly losing no fans in Biloxi with a display like this. In fact, this is his hometown now. Second fight in 5 months. They know him well here. They like him. He's certainly going to draw the fans here again if he comes out here, Sam.
You made a mention against Williamson. He may have had a lackluster performance, but not today. He has had anything but, as he has really come out going leather.
Well, against Camille Odom after the Williamson fight, he did well, putting him away in 10. Against Ken LaCusta a couple of months ago, he finished him very quickly in the early part of the fight. And here we have him again in May in Biloxi, United States. Showing very strong against this man in here, Jose Ribalta.
You said that Coetzer fight was a real savage warfare in Middleborough, right?
Very strong fight with Pierre Coetzer. Pierre Coetzer, he battled Ken LaCusta all over the ring and finally finished him off. Today we have a Pierre Coetzer certainly wearing the marks of battle here as he comes in once again, pushing away, trying to get on top of this Jose Ribalta. Ribalta responding by holding him back, holding those arms. Ribalta's a good, experienced campaigner. He knows how to hold on, he knows when to do things. He's a pro.
This may be one of those situations, if indeed Pierre Coetzer should go on and win by a decision in this fight today. When you take a look at him and look at Jose Ribalta, the winner may look worse than the winner in this fight. Pierre Coetzer really banged up, but continuing to throw big punches and not backing down. Ribalta has elected to stay and bounce on the ropes. He has countered extremely well ever since about the start of the 4th round on. There's another big right hand, and the flurry in the last 20 seconds of the 4th round may have turned this fight right back to a good one. Ribalta really battling back off the ropes at the end of the 4th round.
Ribalta's so strong here, Sam. He's able to lean back. He looks as though he's in trouble most of the time, but I don't think he really is. There's been the odd time when he's been real hurt, but he's able to hold there, use that great bulk body frame to keep Pierre away.
The last 2 losses, we made mention of Tim Witherspoon along with Bruce Selden. And that is after, of course, Jose Ribalta was on a real roll and won 9 straight fights before those 2 straight losses.
We wonder as this fight goes on, Sam, we believe Ribalta's in good condition. His manager told me, but for a big man, as the rounds go on, 8, 9, 10, that energy must be sapping. He may be looking a little bit slow. I'm not sure. What do you think?
He's starting to wind out, I think, a bit. I think one of the things that Coetzer's corner told him earlier is there's the bell to end another savage 7th round. And that was to go to the body of Ribalta. Pierre has not done that enough in this fight to really, I think, test and see what condition Ribalta really is in.
Well, his corner's actually been telling him many times,
exactly.
Come downstairs.
Exactly.
Come downstairs. But he's not been doing it all the time.
I'm not sure if Ribalta's style is not allowing Pierre to do so, or he's just not following instructions well enough. But again, their biggest concern is not so much where he's going to punch, but how many punches he's going to take and still stay in this fight. You saw a big right hand by Ribalta, and then coming back with the left hand as they exchange here on the ropes.
Also, Ribalta with those big long arms, those strong biceps, he was able to cover up Sam. As we can see right now, he's able to cover up that target very nicely, bring his elbows together, take those blows on his arms if necessary.
Right leg behind.
The running repairs there in the Ribalta camp. He's also looking pretty good on the face.
Not bad at all.
Come on, baby. Hands
well,
up.
Cedric Kushner Productions, along with MNET, your channel of champions, bringing you international boxing. We're in the U.S. of A. in Biloxi, Mississippi. This is round 8. Scheduled for 10. Pierre Coetzer of Johannesburg, South Africa in the blue. And Jose Ribalta of Miami via Cuba in the maroon, and they continue to pick up right where they left off at the end of 7.
Well, Coetzer certainly headhunting once again. He's going left to right to that face of Ribalta.
There's it. Shot finally to the body band. The picture, I think, is going to tell you this story.
Whatever happens in this fight now, Sam, we're into the 8th round. We've had at least 7.5 good rounds of excellent fighting for the fans.
We have
This is heavyweight boxing at its best. No quarter given, no quarter asked for. All the punches being thrown. Action, high action.
You see again Ribalta taking a lot of abuse right above us. Our floor coordinator, Bob Barkley, along with Robin Webb. Where were you guys going? You're going to
disappear down to the ring. I think we're going to go again here. This fight is threatening to get out of hand and come into the crowd here. Once again, Coetzer comes forward. That face of bloody mask here as he attempts to get in again once with Jose Ribalta. Ribalta able just to pull those big arms in and push away.
You're almost looking down to our broadcast area and say, how am I doing? But you have to look at him and say, don't get hit so much. Ribalta's trying to tie up a little bit more, which is the sure signs of a little bit more fatigue by the big Cuban in the maroon.
Well, it's strange you said the old Pierre Coetzer of a year ago would have stood back and jabbed this fight. Here we got him mixing everything. We're seeing that jab only applied very sparingly. This is the time really now, the last couple of rounds, when he should sit back and jab. He's a couple of points up on our card at least. He doesn't need to get involved in a war.
Definitely using the jab to set something else up rather than as a defensive weapon now. Ribalta, you can hear him grunting and groaning as he throws those punches with a minute to go in round 8. Massive men just hanging on the ropes above us.
Coetzer can say, come on, hit him to the body, hit him to the body.
Ribalta, big left hand by Ribalta.
Coetzer just shakes his head and says, well,
he has walked through some major league punches today. There's a blow coming low, and that's the second time. And Ribalta now, I believe that's the second time he's been warned. No points deducted, however.
Still no mark of anything on Coetzer's face about that. Just took the blow, walked on.
Closing seconds of round 8. Pierre, I think, may have started to take a little bit more control of this fight back in round 8. Mark that down on your scorecard as they exchange punches at the end of the round. But Pierre Coetzer, even though he took one big punch from Ribalta in the 8th, I think started to take a little bit more control in the 8th round. And to the point of we're going to have to give him a 10-9-8, which puts him unofficially 3 on our card right now.
Well, as you said in round 7, Sam, we thought Ribalta was maybe starting to flag just a little bit.
What are you taking a point for?
The defense was there, but he was just missing that snap a bit. In fact, his corner now is shouting at him, but come on, we'll move it up. He's realized, and his corners realized, I think, that it's maybe slightly slipping away from him.
We've just received word now that they have indeed taken a point away from Jose Ribalta for the low blow. So a point has been deducted. I made mention he was warned the first time. The second time that he got caught by Bill Moran was the second time. Then he conferred with the judges, and boom, they took the point away.
That makes 4 points there on your card.
That's indeed going to be a 10-8 round on our scorecard and a 4-point lead by Pierre Coetzer on our card now.
Here we go then to round 9, the penultimate round of the schedule for 10 heavyweight tournament here in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Oh, big right hand by Ribalta.
Right hand.
That could even it up very quickly. Even if it goes even from here on in, this is a 10-8 round now for Ribalta. Unless Pierre Coetzer can come back and steal it. But Ribalta has come out like a house of fire. Pierre Coetzer's in some big trouble. And there's a lot of time left. We're just underway in the 9th round.
Oh, we've seen it before. Pierre Coetzer knocked down by Johnny to the floor. His smile got up. They came back to do the job. Let's see if they can do it again. That was a good punch, though, Sam, by Jose Ribalta. This caught Coetzer cold as he came into the beginning of round 9. In fact, the Coetzer camp wasn't even down into the corner. They didn't even see it. Ribalta unable to follow that up now. Coetzer managing to weather the storm, coming forward himself once again.
A major right hand thrown by Jose Ribalta. A mouthpiece has come out, and that appears to be
Ribalta's mouthpiece.
It is Ribalta, I believe, yes.
The left eye of Pierre Coetzer there, very, very bluish and baggy. Ribalta coming forward again, Coetzer coming forward again. They're locked on the ropes once again here.
Break clean, break clean.
Referee saying, Billy Moran saying break clean.
Ribalta's been given new life, and you can see it in his eyes right now. But Pierre Coetzer is trying to come back and take that momentum away.
Well, as we said, I think round 7 he faded a bit. Round 8 he definitely faded. He knew he'd lost another point. He had to do something desperate there. And he came forward with a vengeance, Sam.
When he lost on a point via the low blow, he really realized that he may have been in some trouble. That's the second warning for holding behind the head for Jose Ribalta. Ladies and gentlemen, you're looking at 2 huge men fighting in the 9th round, and they've been fighting this way since round 1.
two strong, good heavyweight contenders here, Sam. A tribute to heavyweight boxing. They've really given the crowd some good entertainment this evening.
What we're
No
doing
quarter given.
is Pierre Coetzer on his way up, but he's going to take too many punches. Again, we've seen Ribalta get him in. We've seen Ribalta, even at the age of 28, despite the fact he's got 4 losses, feels he still has a chance for a shot at a title. And he is now trying to fight harder and longer here in the night. Mouthpiece is gone, and he's bleeding from the mouth, so he will take some damage there. Pierre Coetzer, you name it, he's bleeding from the head somewhere. In the 9th round, a knockdown of Pierre Coetzer here in the 9th round has given on point so far a 10-8 possibility for Jose Ribalta in the 9th.
Well, I'm sure in Coetzer's mind, Sam, is the question, what do I do to put this guy down? I've given everything. He's wobbled, but I haven't managed to put him on his CGS. Good round there for Jose Ribalta. It must be his round. He's almost trying to drag himself right back into this fight. A lot of blood coming out of his mouth that we can see. He was cut earlier on in the mouth.
Louis de Cubas, the manager, got his words in as Jose sat down before we get ready for the 10th and final round. Well, I tell you what, this crowd in Biloxi, Mississippi is going to be on their feet when these fighters step to the center of the ring to touch gloves as we get ready for the final round, because they have been well entertained. Let me bring you up to date on our unofficial score now. Coetzer again winning 1 through 3 by 10-9 counts on our card.
You see those knockdowns? It comes up, Sam, now.
There it is. It was a flash right hand, followed by a quick left, and Coetzer went down. Just really caught off balance, but a good punch put him down.
Yeah, he just rocked back on his haunches, got quickly back up.
Rounds 4 through 6, we scored, rounds 4 through 7, scored even 10s. And then in the 8th round, a 10-8 round with the 1-point deduction for the low blow, going to Jose Ribalta with a 10-8 round going to Pierre scoring, and then the knockdown in the 9th of Coetzer, and thus we're even at 2 points advantage for Pierre Coetzer going to the 10th.
Here we go,
on the unofficial card.
This is going to be one heck of a round. I can see that coming out.
A left hand by Coetzer. Ribalta's out on his feet. A standing 8 count. This fight is now starting to turn back to Pierre Coetzer. What a left hand, and Ribalta could not recover.
Ribalta's recovered though, Sam. He's got his brains back. He's got his feeling back, but he was wobbling on his feet there.
Pierre going in. Ribalta tying him up.
Still, though, Coetzer not managed to deck this man. He wobbled on his feet, but he didn't go down. He got a standing 8.
Pierre Coetzer with a big right hand. And down goes Ribalta for a standing 8 in the 10th. Ribalta knows full well he's got to throw one big punch to put Pierre down and out. Pierre knows that he can put him out on the 10th if he's deep punching.
Coetzer radiant his blows in, leaning on Ribalta, trying to get these blows in. Referee Billy Moran separates them all again. Coetzer comes in, launches that left. Ribalta holds on, holds around the arms. Almost desperation there in Coetzer. He's trying to get these final blows through. He's trying to put Ribalta down. Ribalta's flagging.
One of the punches now that Pierre Coetzer can possibly use in this fight is going to be an uppercut. He is coming underneath. If he can come up with an uppercut, Ribalta's starting to lean. And you can see he's starting to lean more and more.
Now, Coetzer just has to step back and leads off a real good shot, and I think Ribalta will go right down. Ribalta leaning back once again on the ropes. Coetzer coming forward again. He says he wants to make sure there's no doubt in anybody's mind he's going to get this fight.
So both fighters have been knocked down. Coetzer going down in the 9th. Ribalta going down in the 10th. And he may be out in the 10th as Coetzer's going after him with a combination.
Ribalta's still recovering. He's a strong, brave man over there. Both fighters, strong, brave men. Ribalta wobbling on his feet. He doesn't know whether he's in Biloxi or New Orleans, I don't think, Sam. Coetzer coming forward again, trying to put those blows in. Ribalta's been just held there by his great strength of purpose, his courage. Coetzer coming forward, uppercutting.
There was the uppercut that could put Ribalta away before it's over, with only 30 seconds to go. Pierre Coetzer backing up, getting some punching room. Ribalta, as Robin pointed out, just standing on sheer willpower right now. There's an uppercut. Ribalta staggered again. There's the uppercut, could finish him. Ribalta still tries to fight on. We will not have a knockout as we go under 9 seconds. The bell will save whomever at the end of the 10th round, and both fighters will go out punching in the crowd. Look, Ribalta goes down.
I think he was thrown down.
He's pushed. It's not a knockdown.
No.
It's not a knockdown. It is a slip. And now let's see if the round is over. There's a great deal of confusion right now.
Both fighters being sent to their corner. What is the referee going to do?
This is the end of the 10th. Is it over or what? Got to tell us what's happening here. That was the end of the round.
Great confusion here in this ring in Biloxi. Both corners not sure what's going on. The bell must have gone.
Neither
Revolta comes around. Neither fighters knew it.
No. But the fight is over. Revolta going down again in the 10th. And then going down right
Well, was that before the bell or after the bell, Sam? We don't know. There was just total confusion, total panic there.
This is a big challenge by Pierre Coetzer in the 10th round as Ribalta's really down. Referee Billy Moran says, nope, it's a standing 8. And you see just exactly the velocity and the viciousness of the punches here by Pierre Coetzer in the corner of Ribalta.
Well, as the referee separates those two in the slow-mo sound, let me get into the ring and see what Pierre Coetzer has to say about his opponent in that fight.
And the winner, by majority decision, Pierre Coetzer.
In just